Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the DL44 Network and another edition of You Need It with me, your host, E3. Welcome to another weekend. Welcome to another chill, hang, and get some toys out. Don't know about you guys, need it this week. Need to detach, unbox, smell some plastic, and have a little bit of fun. Today, we're going back to episode 1. Not episode 1 of this, but episode 1 of Star Wars. We're going back to the original Phantom Menace, and we are going to see some of the ships and vehicles from that movie. I just read one of the comments, sorry. We're going to start off with the M1, and then we're going to go into the Vulture Droid, and then we're going to do the tank. And then I'm going to probably take a look at one of the other little additions we've got for this if we get time. So, first and foremost, I need one of these. So hopefully you've all got one too. Today, I'm on Batuu, thanks to my friends at the Adventure Effect and their awesome coffee mugs, which seems poignant for the design changes and changes we're going to get for Batuu. Hopefully we'll get another mug. Maybe it'll be different colors, earlier colors. We'll see. But cheers. Happy caffeine. Oh, not going to lie. That one got a spike today. A little peanut butter whiskey in there to keep my day going and get us through this with absolute supreme life safety, right? Okay, no guest today that I know of. You never know, though. Someone might drop in. So I'm going to crack on. And by cracking on, I mean I'm going to go to the comments here and see who's joining me to get me through this, because I need you guys' help. You know that. If I feel I'm sat here on my own, it's not as exciting, but I can see we got some people joining us. We had this morning the Samurai Global joining us. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in and being part of the chat. If you don't have any of these, I'm guessing, but we'll get to see them. At least I'm going to crack them open so you can get to see them. Bit of troll in the house. I'm glad you finished work, and I'm glad you can be here as well. Good morning. Happy weekend. Kerry Fanny's in the house. Hopefully you've recovered from being the star namer of the pilot. Today, maybe we can do the same. Who knows? But happy Saturday. Thanks for joining. Collectors in the house. Dude, the lucky winner of last week's giveaway. If you missed that, go back and watch it. We did a giveaway. And I was able to send out on slow-mo, not priority, one of the Royal Guard TIE Interceptors, the rares. So hopefully you'll get that in a timely manner, because it's in the same country and we don't have to send it abroad. So that's good. Ali Williams, the wife, is joining me. We got a busy morning this morning. So we're going to go fabric shopping today for our next cosplay adventure. So we've got a month to build this. This is going to be exciting. Thanks for tuning in. I'll keep it short and sweet, but not too short. PKB1 is joining us. Good morning. Hey, how's it going? John Galgano's in the house. Good morning. Tommy K is in the house. Love it when you're in the chat. Keep typing. I don't have to tell you to shut up. Hopefully, I know we did last time. Jamie Pale Rider in the house. Oh, got a troop. Nice. I'm guessing it's going to be an Obi-Wan. But if you're still in the chat, let us know what you are dressing up as. I'll let everyone else know. Thanks a lot for dropping by, Jamie. Yeah, we'll try and have a good one here. We need it. And thanks. The intro, I'm loving it. It gets me pumped. It gets me hyped, and it puts a smile on my face. So yeah, thanks for that. All right. I don't see anyone else in here at the moment, and I'll try and keep an eye on it as best I can as I'm cutting and opening. But all of you are here at the moment. Keep yourselves amused as best you can, and let's get through this. Comment on what you want. All right. So as I said, I am going to start with the beautiful N1 Starfighter, the Naboo style. We've already seen Din Djarin's. So without further ado, let's get this into a big position and get this thing unboxed. There we go. So this one was a Target exclusive. This one was only a Target, but there was a lot of them. There was a lot of them. I remember seeing a lot of them on the pegs. Stupidly, I didn't just go in and get a load so I can have a few. I've only got the one, which is nuts. So who knows? Maybe they're going to show up at certain other stores if they didn't sell a lot on the pegs. We'll see. Experiment time, right? Because we all know that Ross gives us some gems every now and then. But as I said, only at Target for this one. Hopefully you guys got your hands on some for your friends in the States. If you don't have a Target, it comes with Anakin, Little Annie, and an R2. Now, this is an early one. This is an early one. It was labeled with the Episode 1 collection. Oh, the lights were really getting that one. In silver down there, reflective silver. We had Episode 1 collection, no series number. But again, it's Anakin's Naboo Starfighter. I love doing this because it probably annoys everyone with the glare and the glow, and that's why we're breaking them out of here. It also came with the 25th anniversary Episode 1, which is one of the big releases we had this for. And this was on one of the older cards too, so we've got some graphics we can look at if we get this thing open. There is some assembly required. As you can see, there's no tail on this thing. This dart-like vehicle has a very slim tail. We got the blueprint, which I will be keeping. Still, I don't know what I'm going to do with these things now. I keep saying I'm keeping them, and I keep cutting them out. And you just don't have time. But I'm going to do something with them. Anakin goes in there. R2 goes in up the rear. R2 is going in up the rear on this ship. We didn't see that on Din Djarin's, but I think Jamie unboxed one of these on the show once, and we got to see it on that one. And obviously a landing gear. So I'll try and remember all of that. And I'm not throwing this away. We know why, right? All right, let's crack her open. Got a fresh blade today. I'm not going to think about it too much because we don't want anything to happen. All right, let's get this open. Samurai Global says he loves this. It's a great ship. It is. When we watched it for the first time on Phantom Menace, it was like, what? That thing looks like it's going to be doing the job it was designed to do. And although Naboo is very peaceful people, this ship looked like it would kick some serious ass in battle, right? That was so smooth. Hope you appreciate my knife skills. All right. Let's get rid of this one. These stickers are kind of cool, but I really don't think it's worth keeping. So let's get rid of it. And we're not throwing this away because I need to scan it into my system. Oh, see? This is what we miss. Look at that. We can see them all in action. Love the artwork we get on these things. But I won't keep on harping on about it. We all know we haven't got it anymore. All right, as I said, some assembly required. So we do have a tail piece in here, which I just popped out. No tape, which is good. And we also have no safety belts. I guess I should show off this real quick. Get it out of the way. Look at that. And there we can see one of the other ones we're going to be taking a look at today, the Vulture Droid in battle. So cool. Now you can see that Episode 1 shiny without any plastic on top of it. You're welcome. All right. Let's see how easy it is to get this one out. I can see a couple of little... Oh, super easy. Away it goes. All right, let's take a good close look at this thing. So we've got a really sleek and glossy yellow plastic on this one. And I kind of wish this silver was in that same vein, you know, because the chrome on these engines, was the thing that really got me on this one. It's like, man, that looks like a hot rod. That looks like a race car. This ship is kick-ass. So maybe this is a very cool sort of contender for one of those chrome paint pens. And see if we can make it look even more sleek and shit hot. Now this thing, I love the burn out the engine there. Remember when these things started up, we had that glowing neon blue, and then we know that we got it coming out the back too, which we kind of have there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a kind of a neon blue where we'd expect the engines to be whirring away and thundering out. So they've actually added that, which is really cool. I didn't see that inside the box. So we do have that. And I love the char. And now we got the decals. The decals all around the front. Reminds me of one of the old model kits you used to build when you were building planes. You used to get those decals that you would put in the water and then put on. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, let's put it together. Let's put it together. Daniel, oh, bit of troll. Bit of troll. Do a spin. I was always kidding and saying if we get to make a clip for this one, a stand for this one, let's get a little mini motor and get it to spin and rotate. There you go. That's how long it is. Once it's got the tail on. And again, look how sleek, aerodynamic it is. And you can hear it, right? Whenever you see these things, you can hear it. And you've also got the scorch marks from the cannons here as well. So it's a nice paint job. Still clean because it's on Naboo. I just did. Hang on. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. We've got to see now I've got the comments up there. I can see them coming in. So this is good. Good morning, Ryan. Okay. There you go. Does that look better? Does that give you what you need? There's the spin. And I think we need to get some sort of motorized stand on this thing and anything we can spin. Also, while I take a break here, good morning to Tom Harris. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Can't keep up. I keep chatting, guys. Keep chatting. Morning, Ryan. Morning. That's right, Tommy. It is Wizard. It is Wizard. All right. Let's get a look at the cockpit because obviously that's going to open and we have the tab back here, hopefully to help lift it forward. There we go. It opens up. Again, shiny yellow plastic. Cockpit is very, very well molded with all the different displays in there. Again, you can hear it when he's starting it up, right? But no wash, no color. Even got the seatbelt crossing the back seat there, which is cool. Yeah. It really does. I wish I had time and skills in the mini painting to just add a little bit more to these, and maybe one day I will. But for now, we're just checking it out and see how it looks. I'm gonna put the landing gear down. Now this one, I will say, see that? This one is loose. This one is not locking up, but it locks open. And again, we got one at the back here. Oh no, that's for R2, but I guess it does act as a, or is this it? This is it, idiot. There you go. So it keeps R2 in where he belongs, and there's our landing gear to keep it nice and level on the floor. Great ship. I kind of wish I got more than these. So fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed we get one in the old Ross, or I find some reduced on the shelves. Oh, for all of you micro nerds out there, I did see today that the TIE Avenger is back up on Amazon. So get there quick. Micro Galaxy Squadron, Micro Galaxy Squadcast. Cole put a post up this morning saying it was back on Amazon, and they don't last long. So if you guys didn't get one of those, get on there now because it was back in stock. And hopefully it will be for a while, but you never know. So get one. They're a pretty awesome ship. So I just want to throw that out there. And again, as always, thanks to Cole for always keeping us up to date with what's going on. Those guys have got their fingers on the pulse of stuff when it drops. So if you don't follow Micro Galaxy Squadron, get over there because he'll always have a link in his story to get you to Amazon if you need to and get it before it goes out of stock again. So I just want to put that one out there because I know a lot of people have been asking, where do you get one? Where do we get one? So good luck. Good luck. Get in there. All right. So as we know, we got Anakin and R2. We get their little blueprints. So we know who they are. And this is an earlier one, but I don't think it's so early that we just get the blob. I think it was past the point where they were getting the paint jobs on these droids a lot better. Yeah, so R2 has the dome detailed, or the dome detailing with the individual panels, not just the blue blob. So this is one of the updated R2s with a little bit more of the graphic on there, a little bit more of the delicate paint. Slightly lopsided. He's got a little tilt on there. He's cool. Got some lean. Look at that. Wearing it to the side. So yeah, we get at least we get the better detail paint job. Tommy, you got to head out. No problem, man. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. I don't know if you're still sliding on the slopes, but if you are, enjoy, man. I'm jealous. Haven't been on the snow for a long time, man. But have a good rest of the day. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, let's get a look at Anakin. So here we see he's donned the flight helmet with the earpieces over his ears and the goggles. He's still dressed in his real person clothes from Tatooine. But we do have some mini details. Do we need to zoom in on that one? I don't know if we need to zoom in on that one. I have my old man additions to try and help us here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. So you can see the headphones, the hat, and the detail on the helmet, detail on his belt. And there's our little Annie. And again, not a super early one, but they got the detailing on there, which is cool. I'm going to stick him in. See how easily he goes in. If he goes in easily, his legs need to get either side of there. I might have to help him in. Woohoo! I'm going to say it's not that easy. There we go. There we go. Now he's in. So Annie's in the cockpit. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? It does look pretty good. And now we get to see the secret hatch. So on this one, and on all the other Micro Galaxies, you had to put the droids in at the top. You can see here, square peg round hole, right? Oh, they even have the, I guess this was a two-piece. Oh, that's probably underneath here. They got silver in there. But with this one, we have to insert in from underneath because, like I said, square peg round hole, not going to fit. So open her up. Boom. And then stick him in. Oh, it's not easy from underneath either. See, you just don't know unless you get these open. It goes in easier sideways. But I don't. You've got to put them in sideways. You got to put them in sideways. So in he goes. Shut the door. And at least R2's in there, but he's looking out the side. He's not looking forward. So yeah, R2 goes in sideways, and now he's in. But yeah, you get a nice, sleek R2 dome sticking out the top. Look at that shine. I'm loving these engines. I know I keep saying it, but I do love it. I think this one could do with a chroming. So maybe we'll see if there's a way of doing that with one of those awesome chrome pens that you can get out there. But there you go. Do you guys have this in your collection? Is this one that you need for the collection? I think so. And now I'm regretting I don't have more than one. So now R2's in there. I'm going to put down the landing gear. And we're going to set this one down over here. All right. Let's take a look in here. Let's get another slurp. For those of you in the chat, did you get the TIE Avenger? Is it something you've had to zip off and go and get right now? Or what new additions have you had since the last time we were all chatting? Okay, moving on. I'm moving on to this one. This is the Vulture Droid. So the Vulture Droid, as we can see here, Series 4, sold out. Oh, let's see this. Brian Brink, again, thanks for joining. Yeah, John Gargano saying the same thing, saying it's sold out. Man, it's so weird, right? What do? Get 10 in? Man, it's weird. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Well, like I said, if you guys aren't following already, go and follow Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram, and then his links will definitely be a big help. He has affiliate links as well, which should take you straight into what we need. So make sure you're doing that. It's a very, very awesome source of information. Vultures are fun toys, right? Yeah, they are. But here's the thing, right? So it comes with oh, I haven't shown it off. So yeah, it comes with a droid, the battle droid. It does have the wings come apart, and it, by the looks of it, it can do the walk rather than just come apart. So that's going to be interesting to see if it happens. There is some assembly required, but it has the droid going in. So I guess my conversation starter in the chat right now is, I'm pretty sure these things were just remote controlled. They just have a brain that was controlled by the command ship, right? They didn't have pilots. So what say you out there? What do you think? I mean, do the Vulture droids have pilots, or are they just remote controlled? This is episode 1. And I'm wondering what you guys think. Why would the battle droid be inside? Because I'm pretty sure they were just a brain, just a remote controlled battle droid, Vulture droid, you know, like a bird of prey, just swooping in, fighting in the air, and then coming down and destroying on the floor. So here we go with some artwork, which we don't get anymore. Series 4 blueprints. Oh, remember that? There you go. Series 4. Oh, this one was such a great addition too. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And let's have a look and see what we got here. Hey, there's a close-up of a couple more of the ships. Got A-Wing up there. And then we have the gauntlet down here. Interesting to have the gauntlet. All right. So some assembly required. You can see the 2 wings here, and then we've also got these additions here. Now, these must be the walking additions. So you'd have to actually replace the wing to make it walk, which I didn't know we got this. I didn't really look too hard into the box, but that's exactly what we got, which I'm very impressed with. I'm happy about that. Okay, this one should just pop out. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's take a close look. This is a solid little ship. A solid little ship. So we have those distinct evil eyes in the cockpit, I'm guessing. And on the side here, flight mode, and then I believe they should come apart. There we go. For battle mode to release more of the weaponry that's hidden inside. So almost like locking the S-foils in attack position. These Vulture droids. Oh, Jesus, Steph. Open up. Open up. Oh, wow. That's as far as that one goes. I can't seem to get her open anymore. I don't want to break it. It's the top one that's not moving. There we go. Hopefully you heard that satisfying click. So yeah, wings open up for battle mode. We have some wash on this. It's a dirty wing. And then we have some metallic on it too, which is good. And some black here for the venting. Scratches, which we're all big fans of for weathering. Venting on the back from the engines. And again, the same on this side. We have the metallic, the wash, and then the evil cockpit, torpedo tubes, soiled with carbon scoring, and underneath, two-tone. So here is obviously where we can extend the head, and the head pops up and out for droid mode. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't see anyone mentioning anything in here. There you go. Peak Obi-Wans come in. I think they were robots without a driver. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. So you just get the fig to stand by it. But here's the ship itself. So very cool. Now, with that being said, I should see if I can open up the cockpit, which is going to be harder to do. There you go. So there's a little space in there just to stick a droid, which to me doesn't seem right, but it's there. Yeah, interesting. So what I did with my thinking cap was I had to go back and watch that opening scene. So let me just show you this. This is the opening scene. And as you can see, there's a lot of battle droids in the hangar, but these things look very, very much like they're just robots. So I'm thinking we don't need to put the droid inside. The droid's probably just going to be hanging out outside with all the rest of its compadres. So not sure if this is going to trigger you to have to go back in and watch, but as you can see, they're walking around. So we're going to have to recreate that with those extra wings. What's this Samurai Global's asking? What's the ship that comes with torpedoes? That was the Tri-Fighter, I think, if that's what you're referring to. The one that came with the detachable torpedoes was the Tri-Fighter. Again, from the same realm, right? Just one of the other ships that we usually see in most of the space battles. But I think if that's what you mean, I think that's the one you're referring to. That's the one that came with torpedoes, 2 of them either side, which you could just detach. They didn't fire. Well, the other one that did fire was the oh my god, which TIE fighter was it? It was the TIE. Oh, why can't I think of the name? The big ass one with the green torpedoes that shoot out 1,000 miles an hour and knock everything off the shelves. All right, so these ones do detach pretty easy. And you can see, we can see they've even detailed the inside of it, which we're never going to see with metallic silver. Again, I'm always just really impressed with the molds. There we go. That one was a little bit tougher to get out, but it got out. Same paint detail with the silver on the inside for the cannons. You don't have to do that, right? But they did, and we appreciate it. TIE Reaper, thank you, Cassidy. And good morning. Happy Saturday. It was the TIE Reaper that came with the green torpedoes. Brain's not working. You know what that means. Look at this pathetic little cockpit now. Coffee time. Cheers to those that have just joined. Hopefully you're caffeinated up. I'm obviously not. Can't even remember things. But I am old. So I do have that excuse. Mm. Oh, lovely. Peak Obi-Wan says, I love the Tri-Fighter as a pilot. Yeah, the way that sphere just opens up as well is really cool. It's a great ship. And it's that crazy, rubbery plastic as well that we got with that matte blue. It looks so good. And if you've got one, you've got to get it out of the box because it, you need to see all of that stuff. Okay, so I don't think it really matters on here which way around you do this. Let's take a close look because I don't want to embarrass myself as usual. Let's have a day when I don't do that. But these look pretty universal. I don't think I have to worry about it. Kerry Fanny says, according to Wikipedia, sorry, I've only got one set of hands, it's unmanned and self-propelled. Yeah, that's what I thought. And again, not a big deal. I don't care that it comes with a figure. I mean, but I don't see why we have to sit the figure in there. That's being picky, right? That's being picky. I love the fact at least they gave us one. So let me just check this one. They're both the same. They seem universal. Oh, you know what? Look at this. I didn't even notice that. On the inside here, we have L1 And on the inside here, we have R1. So there is a right and a left, which you'd never know, right? So again, for these ones, guess what? L2 and R2. So now which way around are we looking at? Is it left from the front? Or is it right? You know what I should have done? I should have noticed that when I took it off. What do we think? Is it right as you're looking from the front? Or it usually is, right? It usually is. So this will be right, hopefully. Uh, There is actually a shape difference on here. You can see that, and it should match in there, right? So if that's the case, it has to go that way, which is almost upside down. So is this a design flaw, guys? Or because that literally shape, that's the only way it would go in. But that also puts it on the left. So maybe they just flip around. Let's try it. So let's put that one in there. And let's put that one there. Yeah, I totally agree, Beatrice. Totally agree. Like I said, I'm not mad at it, but it doesn't necessarily need a place to sit, right? I'm glad we got it. Always have the figs. We always need more figs. Thank you very much, Kerry. Yes, I never put the wings on backwards, right? As you all know, I'm always very good at that. Never make a mistake. So, moving on. This is the way that they seem to fit the most snug, and it means it's upside down. And we all know that it walks with the longest one up. So maybe then when I take the head off, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know if I'm just stupid. Oh, that just slots on there, right? But that kind of doesn't seem right to me. Has anyone else come across this? Or is this just my luck for the man that is always constantly putting things on backwards? Because that doesn't look right. And I was so excited to get this thing walking, and now it's just all falling apart. So let me put that back in there. This is the way it came. So it's not like I assembled this, right? So maybe we can figure this out so that I have to actually change over those wings and where the things are on the wings. You know what I mean? The pivot points, maybe I can flip them over. I'm just going to double check that I'm not done. Yeah, Cassidy's saying the same thing. Can you swap them to the other side? I don't think so. I'm going to try it. Let me just take those off. Or I'm going to flip those wings in their little holders. And we're going to go from there. If I can get it out. Okay, so if that was to go over here, would it fit? No, right? And that's not me. That doesn't compute. You see that, right? Tell me I'm not stupid, because that is not going to fit in there. And it's not going to fit in there. So it has to only fit here, which would be L2. And if we're looking at it from the front, this should be, so maybe we look at it from the back. This is so confusing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that in there. And now I'm going to see if I can put these back on the other way around, which looks like I can. They're not keyed in any way. So now that looks better, right? We still have a bit of movement to it. We're still able to make it walk. Okay, that's good. So let's, and again, this one is not going to go on that way, right? It's not going to fit. Square peg round hole issue. So let's take these ones apart. That's right. It is the Battle Droid Enigma bit of troll. I don't know. I don't know. It's still got the movement. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong here, although it doesn't want to stay on. Hopefully this isn't another reason why you guys would decide just to keep it in the box, because you can't be bothered to go through all this crap. But I kind of want one to walk. Okay, that one fitted and clicked nicely. We have the movement. We can split them apart like so. This one is being a little dink. Okay, it's in, but it doesn't clip in great. So it's probably going to spend its life falling off, right? Shouldn't have to do this. But now that's what we want to see. We want to see it with the long legs this way round. And I may have to do some doctoring on this thing to make it stick in. I may just have to heat and pull those clips apart a little bit more just to make it clip in. And now the head should, oh my God. Now the head will come up. Now the head will swivel. And now we have what we expect to see as a droid, right? Kind of reminds me of the creature we see in episode 2 in the arena as well, with those big pointy feet. But that's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. And that's a lot of work. This is a true point. Nothing can be easy. I used to think it was just him. And obviously it's not, right? Obviously it's not. We're feeling the pain. We're feeling the pain of Paul. That was not easy, guys. But now I'm really interested to see if any of you have one of these and you've unboxed it. Did you find you had the same troubles? Good job I put that shot in this morning. It kind of pissed me off a bit. All right. It's still cool. And let's move on. It's still cool. So now you should, if it wasn't for that shitty one over there, you should be able to move these in a walking action and pose it wherever you want. The head is very manipulable. It can turn, it can swivel, it can be droidy, it can come forward, it can come back. So you've got a really manipulable head, which is cool. So I like it. I like it. I don't like that, what we just had to go through, but I do like this Vulture Droid ship. And I like the fact that they give us these 2 wings, one of which works perfectly. The other one, I don't know, maybe it's just mine. Maybe it's just mine. But that's cool. If you didn't know that, if you didn't know it came with the 2 wings, now you do. So you might want to break it open. And if you haven't broken it open yet, please do for me. And then let me know that it's not just me, because now I'm sad. All right, let's take a look at the Vulture Droid. Again, this is an early series release. Let's get a look and see how much we get with this one. The backpack stays on. It's not like jetpacks that come off. No, that thing is solid. I'm not going to break it. Very monotoned. No painting whatsoever. The mold is there. Skinny little legs. Slightly bigger feet. Not like the boots we get on most of our dudes. Yeah, and now I just want to have a quick look with the old man lens and see if we can see any major details on this. And I don't really, I mean, there is. Can we see the eyes? Maybe not in my light. Oh yeah, there is kind of something there. We do have the antenna on the backpack, but again, it's not super detailed. Small one though, right? Hard to do. I have to check out on later ones and see whether or not they did anything different. So we do get the battle droid, and representative to the image we looked at earlier, I can just stand him next to the droid, which you guys can't see as well as I can because you're on a down cam. But that does look good, and the scale looks great. And I love the fact we can make it walk. And if you got more than one, or maybe you know what? Why am I relying on you guys? I will dig one out. I'm sure I've got two. I will dig out my other one and I will take a look. Let me just take a look in the chat though. Thanks, Bit of Troll. Yep, longer legs. And we all saw that image a minute ago. So I'm not crazy. That's the way it should be. You're right. Very cheaply put together. Yeah, made to break. Pico V1 says I have one open and I did stick it a little because I have mine in walk mode. But did you have to go through all that crap? Did you have to take it apart and reverse the arms in order to get it to be the way it should be? That's what I'm interested in, because it might just be mine. I may just have one of those ones that we got every now and then with either the wrong figure or the wrong card or whatever. All right. We can move on from this, people. In the grand scheme of things, we can definitely move on. We got an awesome looking ship. And if the other one isn't like that and the arm isn't popping up, this one's going to be a flyer. All right. Okay. So next, I'm going into the tank. Now, I did unbox, release the blue tank, I think. If I haven't, I'm going to have to do that one. But that was a cool looking tank. Did I do that one already? Or is it someone else I saw that did that one? Maybe that was Cole on Micro Galaxy. But the blue tank was a great one, a great addition to this. But I'm sticking to my EP1 for now because I got to keep it slick today, guys. Got to keep it on time. All right, let's get into this. So before I cut in, we do get another battle droid. This one is the Caramel battle droid, with slightly different coloring. We have him sitting in the front as the driver. This is a Series 2. Wow, remember Series 2? And it's our AAT Battle Tank. And then what else do we have working with it? A swinging turret, another spot for another droid, blueprint. And look at that flashback. It's a Series 2, and we got the snow speeders, the gauntlet. And is that Blue Leader? I think that might be Blue Leader, Merrick. And then we have one of the Jedi Starfighters with the hyperspace ring. Yeah, the tank's cool looking, man. And again, we just get thrust back into that scene on the grassy hill, grassy knoll. And that sound of them coming over the top does make you want to go back and watch, man, because that was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive CG. All right. All right. Release. Free him. Oh, this one's even bigger. So we have a design there of it fully in action. So we know what we're getting. And then we get ground assault clone troopers. So this is from Clone Wars. So does that mean I can't unbox it? More artwork. There's our caramel version of the droid. And then what do we have on here? Yeah, this is like Clone Wars. 100%. Okay. Obi-Wan says, I paid a fortune for the blue one. Oh, really? Okay. Did you not? I think it came in one of the vault packs as well. I know there was a couple on the peg. I won't ask you how much you paid for it, but I'm glad did you unbox it, or are you a keeper in the box? Okay, let's get it out. It's a beast. It's a solid block. Solid block. Okay, so here is our rotational. Oh, you did open it. Cool. Awesome. It's our rotational turret. Doesn't go 360, only goes 180. So turret rotates, cannon raises and lowers. We have these cannons on the side, which again, just have a slight motion, not even 180. And they kind of lock in. And then here, same thing. And then we have a nice wash, a nice dirt covered battle tank. Torpedo tubes are very heavily scored. I mean, that's some serious skid marks there, people. Some serious skid marks. And then the antenna on the back. Let's go underneath. Look at this. We have a built-in stand for this one to stop it toppling. And we have some wheels for proper playing. So this thing is going to be a proper player. And you can just run her around. I like that. At the end of the day, they make these things for kids in mind. And I know when I've been to a couple of cons and they've got their booths there, that the guys love seeing the kids just losing it and playing with these things and just entering into that mode of recreation. And I know that puts a big smile on the guys' face at Jazwares, because that's what they make them for at the end of the day. And for us, that's great because it keeps the price point as a non-collector thing. So fair play to them. Look inside that cockpit. Hang on, let me swivel that out of the way. Look at the top of that cockpit. There's so much going on in there. You got a little display panel at the top. You've got all of this going on around the side. They put a wash into this one as well on the inside. You can see all the dirt collected in there. And obviously, if this is meant to be Clone Wars, there's a lot of dirt in that battle. We can see the dirt all collected down on the floor. They've washed out the seat. And this isn't a rare or a vault or anything. This is just a peg hanger. All the dirt accumulated on there. This one looks great. Different paint on there. Oh, that's a very valid point, Cassidy. Very valid point. It could be a place to put the Jar Jar, right? Just hanging off the cannon. Oh, see, now all I'm going to have in my head is that moment. Thanks for that. But yeah. Oh, there's another. See, this is what I love about you guys in the chat. Peak Obi-Wan comes in with a very valid point. This tank is what the battle droid is for from the other fighter, the Vulture droid, because this one only comes with one, right? And you need someone to man the turret and someone to drive the damn ship, which is a little bone of contention we always have of like, give us enough to fill at least the main parts of the ship. But you're right. Yeah, that's why we can't complain about getting one on there. Very, very valid point, sir. All right. With that being said, I am going to put this dude into the driver's seat. And then I can put the other one in the turret. So again, I think this is this one looks like, I don't know if it's because of the color of it, you can really see the definition of the mold. And this is a 2. This is a series 2. So this is going to be before the other one. I think it's just the color of the other one is washed out in the light. So it's a good job we got this one because we can see all the extra little details now that they do put into it, rather than me saying that there's none. So we do have, let me get the old man glasses, see if that helps. Okay, so you can see there a lot more detail. Sorry, guys, a lot more detail on the face than we could see before. So that's good. All right, let's get this driver in. There's not much to lock him into. And of course, he's got his backpack on. So that's really all you can do. Sit him in there because of his backpack and antenna, etc. But he's in. That's where we put Tommy so we can't hear him. Let's open up this top one. And we can see a huge place to put them in there. And again, all the little details in there. Not so washed as the cockpit, but again, not complaining. And even in the top there, they got the detail for the mold. Yeah. All right. There's a home for you, sir. And we can sit you in there and we can leave it open. And there is a completely manned AAT Battle Tank ready to hang a Jar Jar on the end for some serious action. Yeah. Thing is ready for battle. You're absolutely right, Cassidy. It is now ready. That's good. Man, so much better out the box. So much better out the box. So there you go. You got a full episode 1 battle scene that can be recreated with these. Now, the only thing missing will be this little one here, which is from Scout class. And I happen to have one of these. So again, let's take a look at this because I like the details on this one. And again, I really don't collect all of the Scout class. I usually get them when I order something from the conglomerate, you know, from Amazon, and it comes with them. That's great because you usually get some of the rares and chases with that. So it's a great way of doing it. I very rarely see them on the shelves. If they're there, people have been in and ripped them open, or you know what people are like. So I'm happy to get this one because it's going to add to any scene we recreate. But just look at the detail on this bike. You can even see the fans of the turbines, especially if I put in the old man lens. See that? The fans of the turbines on the front. It's a paint job on there. Look on the back. And then you get the little clip to put your dude in. So they've done some really cool detail on this thing. And it also comes with a stand, which isn't the same as all the other stands because it comes with the different clip. So let's see how that works. I think I can just slide it in like so. So now he's really going to be up in the air. And let's get his arms up and ready to sit in the bike. Okay. Get your feet in there. Let's give it a little move forward. You can't really clip the arms on with these dudes because they're open, but you can get it there. I mean, that's pretty bang on. I think it's going to be hard to see. There we go. Look at that. That's dope. That's great. I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to overshadow the other things, but that's really cool. Now I want more of these. God damn. Yeah, this looks great. This is going to look great next to all the other stuff. To recreate those scenes. You see it up there on there? Look at that little dude. Very cool. Very cool. So that was easy. That's an easy unboxing. But look at that. What a great morning. What a great flashback to the Phantom Menace. Happy about that. What are you guys saying on here? Not a lot. Not a lot since the last thing. All right. Now, what are we at? We're at 55. I think, normally this is where I'll hand over to a co-host if we're here, but just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to see if I've got, because I don't see the blue tank. I'm not sure where I would have put it. So give me 2 seconds. I haven't got back in 5 minutes. Maybe it will zoom in and you can take a look at the back. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. So I didn't unbox it. I lied. And if you stuck around, if you're up for it, you want to see the blue tank? I mean, we're here to have fun, right? Now, this is definitely Clone Wars. This one was a chase, only one of 5,000. And this is what we were talking about. This is the blue tank. So if you've got the time, I'm going to make the time because I thought I'd already busted this one out, and it wasn't. It was probably the other blue, the Volt tank that we got open. So yeah, I'm kind of excited, as you can see. All right, everyone's saying open it up. All right, great stuff. All right, let's clear some space. Then we can do a comparison, right? And I can say, yeah, I did a comparison. I'm awesome. All right, let's move these little dudes around. Let's clear some space. Let's crack into this one. I'm excited. All right, as I said, this one is a Series 8. I thought I'd crack this one open. It's a chase. It's one of 5,000. Not a rare, but a chase. We get a different, updated, and painted battle droid. So it'll be good to see that. Same shit, but different, right? Look at the coloring on that. You know? Oh, look at it. Okay, Clone Wars on the front. Nothing really new on the back. Still does what it's supposed to do. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay. Knife. Go. Smooth. Okay. I really thought I'd open this one up. And the thing is, it's been so busy in the weeks, and there's been so many distractions, as we know in life. So I haven't really done a lot of staging behind me, and I haven't really done any more, new clips for the ships since doing the lats. But I've got to take some time and do that. So this one's a chase. I'll be saving that and sticking it in its own little holder. Okay, this one I need to keep because I forgot I even had it in a box still. So I'm going to have to scan that. Boring. Nothing on there. Put it over there. Here's the droid we were talking about. Ooh, can't get to you. I'm going to have to do this first. Again, nothing on there. It's a Series 8. We didn't get any of the great artwork. All right, so let's pop him out. Nice and snug in there. Now, this tank comes with safety belts. And if it's got a safety belt, you know what we need. The precision snips to get right in there. And without damaging anything else, we can quickly get rid of that and release this thing from its plastic prison. Handcuffs are off. Oh, this is a tough plastic box. Usually they're a little bit more crinkly and crankly. Wow. Holy moly. I really got to push that one in. Wow. All right. Dislodge. Escape. Okay. Let's take a look. Here you go. I love the paint job on this. This blue is so cool. It works so well. And they haven't gone so heavy on the skid marks. Everything on here is slightly more subtle. I like that. So you think about these things and you make changes, and we appreciate that. We've got the little decals everywhere. You can see in there. Paint scheme is so cool. And it just adds a little bit more to it, Adds a little bit more. Anyone else getting probe droid vibes? Looking at that at the back. Looks like they work for Umbrella. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, my man. But look at even on the back here, they put all this detailing up at the back, which you're never really gonna, take a look at too much. Got the wheels, got the special stand, which I love the thought process behind that. All right, look at it. Oh yeah, let's get this. See if we make sure we got our rotation with all that paint. Oh, it's a little bit stiffer. There you go. We've got the rotation, 180 degrees. We got our cockpit. Let's take a look in there. They didn't seem to wash this cockpit as much as the other one, although there is some in there. But when you're spending all that time on the outside, you can let them off on the inside, because that's something we can all do. A couple of drops of watered down paint and you get a nice wash. Up in the top here. Oh boy, where's our... There it is. Okay. I'm not going to see as much on this one if it's not washed, because it's the blue. There you go. There's our cockpit. So same mold, which, you know, why wouldn't it be? You know, you don't have to change anything. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a little bit stiffer on the cannon, but I think that's probably just the paint. I found with a lot of these things, when you put extra paint on there, you've really got, you know, to break it in. Cannons here, a lot more detail. And we only got the one droid, but let's just do a quick look. You can see the mold. You can see the same mold, but you can see what difference the paint makes, right? Even with the cannons being two-toned, it just adds a little bit more. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And I know this one wasn't really on the pegs much, but you could get it in the Vault Pack. And I don't know if the Series 8 is totally sold out now. I'd have to look at that. I don't monitor it every time. But that was the only way you could get it if you couldn't find it on the pegs, right? But damn, that looks good. Yeah, Cassidy, the blue color is spot on. They really did do a good job with this. It's just, you know, something you want to chase after, right? It's worth chasing and getting. So yeah, look at that thing. Love it. Love it. It's such a good one. All right, let's take a look at the old fig. Where are we going to put him? Where are we going to put the fig? Is it going to be a turret fig so we can see it? Or is he going to be hidden away in the cockpit or the driver's seat? I think I'm going to put him in the turret. But yeah, let's it looks like the same mold, but just with some paint on. So we have that yellow paint, which is really hitting the light. I don't know if I can soften that up here so we can see. No, it's not really helping, right? No, not really. So yeah, you have the yellow paint, same mold. Let's I'm gonna stick him in the turret. Yeah, bit of troll agrees. No need to hide that pretty boy. I agree. You're gonna be painted up. Let's get you on show for everyone. All right. There we go. In he goes. Sitting there proud and pretty. Ready for battle. I'd love to get some blue in around the edges of these dark silver and gray cannons. But that's a lot of work. Yeah. Peak Obi-Wan's got his in the turret as well. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm glad we did that. I'm now I've now got a lot to plan and put, but these two work well. This thing is awesome. And even though we got a wonky leg, I'm super happy to get that and figure that one out. And I just need to get another one of these. I think you need two, at least two, you know? Yeah, I'll have to look into that, see if I can get another one. All right. What a haul. What a haul. Okay. Well, that didn't take long, and I'm glad we did it. I've now got time to sit here and review what you got to say in the chat before I head out. finish my coffee. Oh, Kerry says, I found one. Yeah, I can do it now. I've got my hands free. Kerry says, I found one at Walmart. And that was really the only place you're going to find shit nowadays, right? It's crazy. Crazy. We need another avenue for these to go down so we can get them other than just Amazon. It's nice to walk in and find some shit on the shelf. Remember those days? You know, oh, I fancy going and seeing what I can get today. I really want to get one of these things. But you know, I could bitch and moan about that. But yeah, you didn't even realize it was Chase until right now. Well, hang on a minute. Did you open it, Kerry? Did you open it and throw away the plastic? Or is it still in the box? Or did someone steal the sticker, maybe, if it was hanging on Walmart? You know what some people are like. But yeah, if you're still here, let me know. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining, Dom. Good to see you. Awesome night the other night. Thanks for making it. I said it'd be great to see you in the chat. Glad to see you here, man. Thanks for dropping in. I don't know, Bitter Troll. I don't know if they have them with normal pilots. I don't think so. They only did the one. And it was, yeah, it was going to be, you know, Annie. And that's the thing. If you just, how many Annies do you want? But you can buy the ships. And then there's a lot of ways now that we can get little minifigs or just figures that someone's created and shrink down. I know Decertle is really good at that shit. So there are ways of getting different pilots if we need it. You ditched the plastic, Gary? Holy moly. Oh, I did finish that shot-filled coffee for that one. You ditched the plastic. You didn't save the chase sticker. Wow. I'm oof. Yes and yes. I'm not going to rub it in, but wow. Got to keep an eye on that stuff. It's a rare. I mean, you just totally destroyed the resale value of that vehicle. I'm kidding. We're not here about that. That's not what we're about here. It's unboxed. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least you got one, right? Some people out there can't even get hold of these things because of the issues of stocking the shelves. It's not so much. I don't believe we can blame this thing on Jazwares, but we can blame it on the people trying to stock their shelves. Stock the fucking shelves. That's why you got boxes of this shit in the back. Figure it out. That's my little rant. All right, guys. I've got nothing else to unbox at this point, and we do have to save it up for the next show because, got to be honest, we're getting low. And I haven't been able to get my hands on any of the new stuff, hence my bitter response to shelving. I really wanted to get my hands on some of the new Series 10 that came out. I've got a couple. That was through Amazon. I haven't seen anything on the shelf apart from, I think it was the blind boxes. So I'll go looking. Got a road trip coming up, so maybe I'll go looking and see what we got. Peak Obi-Wan says you never did get Hera's A-Wing, which we unboxed last week. Yeah. The only light at the end of the tunnel with that is the Vault, because if they keep doing the Vault box sets, it really is a great way of just ensuring you're gonna. Well, no, I guess I can't say ensuring because you've got to be first to the key. You've got to be ready because they may sell out. They only do what, 1,500, or is it 3,000? I don't know what with the box sets. I think it's 1,500, not 3,000. Maybe it's 3,000, but it's a good way of assuring you're going to get some of those rares and chases because they put them in the box, you know, and the two different classes too. So yeah, that's the only real saving grace. And if you do get some of the other ships with it, then it's always good to have a double. Some ships you don't want a double, but that's the sacrifice you make to get the ones you need. And then in the communities that we have, you may be able to, you know, pay it forward and get someone something that they didn't get that you've got a repeat of that you don't want. So that's really the only saving grace. Oh, sorry, Kerry. I mean, looking at our options here, we have Anakin Skywalker, who doesn't need a name, and then we have droids. So, do we want to name a droid? I mean, we can, you know. I would say if we're going to name any droid, it's probably going to be this dude sitting pretty in the blue with the yellow. I don't know if it's as much needed for the droids. I'm not saying droids don't have feelings, but they don't. So yeah, I that's my fault. I was super excited for that, and that is going to be a section. But I think unless you want to come up with, if you, the winner of last week's naming convention, want to come up with a name here, and everyone else suddenly starts bombarding me with names, then we'll do that. But if not, I would say next time I'll make sure that there's a real person in there and we can give them a name. The pilots of distinction would get the name. So yeah, apologies that I didn't think about that, but I'm not sure the droids are as much fun to name. And that was fun last week. But I don't see anything popping up, and I know there's a delay, but I don't see anything popping up, so I'm happy to wait until next week when we can hopefully name somebody with a face. Would be good. Dom, really? Maybe you've got to get a Bith. We just to put it out there. We did an event this week where I happened to be a Bith musician, and it was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. I look forward to doing that one again. It's not comfortable wearing, basically an oversized testicle on your head with only one little hole to breathe through, but it was a ton of fun. And it's always fun to get into costume and bring smiles to people's faces. On that note, I'm looking at the time. I know what I got to do today. Super grateful for everyone that joined me in the chat. It's always difficult when you're sat on your own without a co-host, but you guys bring it. I love having you in the chat. You share this with me. I think this week, every week seems to just have a burden on it mentally. So this right here, looking at getting these things out and bringing a little bit of joy and happiness is great. As I always say, it's like therapy. If you can't do it with your friends sat around a table, let's do it here. So again, love it when you guys join. Love it when you guys join in. Let's do it again at some point, which will be next week. I'm hoping it's going to be a Saturday morning. You never know. You have to subscribe to DL44 Network. And once you subscribe, as last night, you'll get 2 seconds notice probably with Ryan's show of it's so worth a watch though. Worth a watch. So subscribe, check out what's going on the channel, get the alerts as they happen. We'll try to give a little bit of notice. Even I was tardy with getting information out there. But as soon as you make it, it goes out on YouTube. So subscribe, get the ping, get the bell, hit the alerts. Don't forget to leave a like as well, because that really helps everything grow. But the main thing is you join me here. That's the main thing. Right. That being said, keep an eye on what's going on out there. I try and post onto Instagram too, Steve3D, if you want to reach out. Also, Shit's back on Muppet Fart for the upcoming joy of cosplays. WonderCon is coming, and I'll be doing something new, as always, for WonderCon in the nostalgia feels. And until next time, let's keep opening those toys, as we all say. Let's enjoy it. Let's bring some fun. Keep happy thoughts. And if anything, just reach out to your friends and keep the fun going. Have a great weekend, guys. Glad we could do this on a Saturday, because now we got a whole day and another day tomorrow. And I will see you all guys on the next one. Take it easy. Look after each other. Have fun. And bye for now.